So I've been hesitant to make a video lately because I feel like I don't really have anything to show, even though that's probably not true. I have a lot to talk about, but you know, talking isn't always as interesting as actually just showing something and playing something, because that's the whole point of this journal anyway, is to show my progress rather than to talk about it necessarily. So I don't have anything like finished, and I've been struggling to actually see things through to the end over the last few months. And by that I mean, like, you know, learn a piece through to the end and be able to play it at least at some sort of performative level, you know. But that's because, like, so much stuff has kind of opened up for me at this stage. I think, like, I'm at the stage where I've learned enough that I can kind of understand some concepts, and now because of that I can sort of like explore a lot of new concepts, and I've had trouble like picking one and like focusing on it, and the same applies with pieces. Like, a lot of pieces have opened up for me, and I haven't like had the focus to like stick with one, because I also haven't been like doing the ABRSM syllabus. I kind of stopped doing that at some point, but I can show what I have been learning, I suppose. What I was playing just now is something that I'm maybe trying to stick to, even though I haven't in the last few days, but it's kind of a supplement to the technique that I'm trying to learn, the techniques that I'm trying to learn. So I'm really trying to focus on chords and switching between chords and playing chord progressions and understanding chord progressions. So what I was playing now was All My Love, you know, the Led Zeppelin song. If you don't know it, it was basically what I was playing. You know, it's the beginning. This bit is, no, it's not that. It's something like that. I'm still getting used to playing that chord progression, especially that second part. But it just does that over and over for the intro and the verse, and then the chorus is something else. You know, it was what I was playing here. That's the verse. Sorry, the chorus. Something like that. I haven't really been practicing the chorus yet because I've been practicing the verse, and I was also practicing the solo, which I'll play maybe for you later on in this video. But the reason I started learning this song is because firstly, I've been learning chord progressions, as I said, and I was having trouble like finding exercises to practice chord progressions and practice switching between chords, because that's all I want to do. I want to just do a load of exercises, kind of like I covered this like a few weeks ago, where I'm just kind of going and switch to F, and so on and so forth. You know, I've done that before. But you know, you want to do it in different keys, and that's 12-bar blues, but there's more than just that chord progression. There are others, loads of others. And I was looking through some of the books, because I have a bunch of books that I haven't played through that people have, you know, got me for like my birthday or Christmas or whatever, or maybe I bought it myself and I haven't looked through it because maybe it was too hard at the time. This one is a big book of classic rock, as it says on the cover, and it's got a bunch of songs in here, as it says, you know, rock songs, some like pop rock, some a little bit more on the classic-y side, like Rush and stuff like that. And I saw this book in my collection and I was like, hang on, this is exactly what I need, because the songs in here, they all have, as well as the sheet music, they all have the chord progressions above, like a lead sheet would. You know, F, G, C, E7 over G sharp, which is something I didn't know how to read until recently. A minor, D minor 7, etc., etc. And it has that with a bunch of songs at varying degrees of difficulty. And so I just did exactly what I did with the Disney book, which is look through it, see some songs, and just try and sight read them. But this time I tried to sight read the chord progressions. So I could actually just try and do that right now. Just, you know, pick one that I haven't done before. I generally scan it first for difficulty. Like Live and Let Die, I just opened up just because, you know, it's what I opened up just randomly just now. This has a broken chord, a broken G chord, which I could attempt, but it's not really what I'm trying to do because that's a little bit more complicated for my hands. So what I'm looking for normally are another broken chord over here. I just like something like this. So again, I haven't played this, I haven't looked at it. It's just chords, right? Not broken chords, just kind of it's not really a triad either. But it has the markings at the top, so I'll just look at it and be like, okay, A minor to D7, to G, to C, to A minor. So I'll just play whatever. I won't care about the rhythm just yet. I'll just play the chord progression very simply in like eighth notes or whatever. So actually it switches to D7, which would be this. Yeah, so go from here to there, to here, to here, and then back, and then do the same thing again. Okay, so I can do that like that, or I can do it as quarter notes or eighth notes. So quarter notes would be, I already forgot. That's actually the intro, and then it moves to a verse, which is doing a similar thing, except it goes instead from A minor to D minor, to D major, not D7, to G7. Yeah, or you could actually go from sounds more resolved, so you would probably do that, except it actually resolves on A minor anyway, but whatever. And I would just do that, and then maybe, you know, I might learn the melody of the song. So looking at this piece, I can see it actually doesn't do this, it just has that, just the A there, and then these two instead of that. So anyway, and it does something like into D7, which would be that, and then it goes. Something like that. And I would try and learn it in that fashion. Now that I know the chords, now that I know where it switches and where my hands should be going up and down the keyboard, more or less. Now I'm almost not even having to like make too much of an effort to sight read it. That second stage is me looking at the rhythm. So here I'm looking at you know, the melody's doing this. It's 1 and 2. Oh, it's actually, I just realized it actually does this. But anyway, it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, or something like that. I just paused the video just now just to sort of speed up the process of me coming up, like hearing the rhythm. So it's actually this. So it's actually, it would actually be here. That's the intro. Yeah, so then you would go. Goes back to, and it looks like it does that for a while on the bass. Yeah, so it goes, so it does that into the verse. So in the intro it's it's actually, they're two different rhythms, the bass and the bass and these chords here are two different rhythms. That's the intro. So anyway, that's that for now. That's where I'm at with that. I was practicing there for maybe, I don't know, how long has it been? I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And I think I've kind of got the intro. Obviously, I would need to tighten it a lot. But I think I understand what's going on in the intro. And the bass line on the verse is the same. So yeah, so all that from kind of learning chords and understanding chords. I can just quickly go through the piece and never perfect it because I have the attention span of a goldfish. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. So I'll see you maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. Who knows? Bye.